Hi y'all, it's Susie. Welcome back to my craft room and thank you for coming. As y'all know, I appreciate each and every one of y'all so very much. I don't know what I've done to deserve the wonderful subscribers that I have, but whatever it is, I'm so blessed to have y'all. Okay, so today we are working on the letter B, and the goal is to make 3 pieces in 30 minutes. So I think the idea is like to make 3 similar pieces or 3 of the same pieces, of this. Okay, let's say that if I pick butterflies, that I would do 3 butterfly pieces in 30 minutes. Well, I decided to make it be a little harder on myself than that. And I chose to make a bunting because some people don't know how to make a bunting. And so I want to show how I make a bunting, whether it's the right way or wrong way. But so I just pulled out some little scraps to make a bunting with. And then I pulled out a banner. This was already pre-cut. I didn't cut this, like just before coming on. This was like pre-cut in my fussy cuts. I thought, oh, banner would be good. And there is a building on the banner. It just kind of happened to work that way, even though some would say, oh, that's just a house. Well, building, banner, whatever. And then I decided to make a booklet. Now, this piece was actually something that I had printed, and it was a misprint. As you can see, there was something, a white piece of paper or something that was overlapping when I had this in the printer. I don't know why it did that, but all's not lost. Remember, we can fix anything. So I can just put an embellishment on that, cover it with something, put a bow on it. I could hang a string or something, whatever. There's a way to cover that, and it'll look just fine. But I decided to make a booklet out of this. And so I did, just before coming on, cut this out because I didn't know how many times I was going to mess this fold up and end up having to recut it. But I just set this on, however many pieces of paper it happened to be. It was just something that was folded up over there. Looks like it was about 3 pieces of paper, so it turns out to be 3 on this side, 3 on this side. So it's 12 total pages. I hope that makes sense. Because you count your pages, fronts and backs. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's half the book. So if that's 6, and then it has to be 6, so that's 12. So that's how you count it. But it's just actually 3 pieces of paper that were folded over, and then I stuck. This was already cut this way. So what I really did was I took the paper that was folded and I put it in here because I did not want to cut my paper right there, if that makes sense. So anyway, that's how I did that, and I just cut around it. And what I should probably do is go back and cut this just a little bit smaller, unless I get that really secured in there, because if this slides around, the paper's going to show. But you know what, I don't mind that because it's a treasure book or a junk journal or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, that's how I came up with the little booklet. Now, I do have some options of how I want to hold this in there. And I could probably try to glue that. I could staple all the way through, which I'm thinking that's probably what I'm going to do. Or maybe I'll put a little line of glue on each crease and staple it, and that way that would make sure it would hold. There is a butterfly here that was already on the paper. I think I'm going to add another one to that just to make a stronger hinge. I'll open that up, put another butterfly maybe here, just to strengthen that hinge a little bit, because that is not a very big piece. And you can make an oval booklet of any kind and then put in your picture. This just happens to be one that I had already printed, and I wasn't going to waste this paper just because of that, because I knew I could cover that up. So that's kind of where I'm headed with that. So I guess I should probably start a timer. Give me just a moment. Okay, I'm looking for my clock. There it is. I'm terrible with electronics, so you got to kind of bear with me. All right, I have the timer set, I think, for 30 minutes, and we'll go. All right. So, as I told you on the booklet, this was a piece that was already cut out, and it was in my stash. So I pulled that out for a booklet. Well, I just didn't want it to be like a 2-page booklet, so then I took the 3 pieces of paper, folded them in half, stuck them in there, cut around it very carefully, and that's how I ended up with this little booklet. All right, the banner was already cut out. I think this one was from I think both of these were from Shabbydabbydoodah. And this is just some paper, some scraps that I was working with from these kits that we were doing, from the kits that we were doing. You know, for our 3 and 15 challenge. So I just kind of pulled those in. So what I wanted to do is I kind of stacked these up, and because they weren't the same, which doesn't stress me out, but they're not the same exactly wide. If I want to make exactly the same, I can, you know, just trim that down and make them the same. You know, sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. Now, if you're going to try to cut all 3 of these to get your bunting, it won't come out right because this one is quite a bit larger than these other 2. Probably with these 2, it wouldn't matter too much, but this one would be off a bit. So you would really kind of have to go, maybe center that, you know, and then cut like your bunting so that it would work out. But you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cut them all the same width. And I'm going to even these off like this. Okay, so those are close enough to the same. Now, I'm going to cut these kind of in half. And I'm just going to fold one up just to kind of get the line, you know, where I want it. And actually, you could leave these long and you would have like a double bunting if you went that way. So I'll show you what I mean. Let's just do that. Let's just do that. So you'll see. Well, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do it this way. Okay, so I'm going to put these back together. And I want to cut along that line. And I'll show you why. Okay. So now I have this. And at the risk of messing 3 pieces up at one time, I'm just going to cut 1 to make sure that I get it kind of right. Now, I do want to figure out about my halfway point on here, and I'll explain why. So that's about 1 inch wide. I used to have a pencil here. Here it is. And probably it would be better if I turn this over so I'm not marking on the front. So it's about 1 inch wide. So I'm going to go about to the 1/2 inch mark. And this is about 1 inch and 5/8. I think I'm going to go up about 5/8 and see what that looks like. That might be too much, but we're going to see. So I know that I really kind of want my point right there, okay? That's kind of the center, and it's kind of the center there. You don't have to do this. I just can't cut good without a mark. So now I'm going to go from this corner up to that mark. And I'm going to go from this corner up to that mark, or from the mark down to the corner, however you want to say it. And that's going to give me the exact, it'll be exact on both sides. And if somehow I cut this out wrong, I'm not messing up 3 pieces at the same time. I'm only messing up 1. So that's what one of them's going to look like. So now that I know that this is right, I can take this and put it on top, you know, hold it down real tight, and then cut these other 2, and they should be, you know, really, really close to the same. Okay, I'm going to take those apart. And then I'm going to just set this on top of these other 3. And I'm going to cut that out. See, it already slid on me. Okay. It doesn't have to be, you know, just exact, but, you know, you kind of want it close, like that. And maybe it'd be better. Well, no. I probably just should have changed hands. I am ambidextrous, so I can do things with my left hand as well. Okay, anyway, that kind of gives you an idea of my bunting pieces. Now, there's a couple of things I can do here. I can take a string and just run them behind each one, and I wouldn't want like a big old gaudy piece of string, but you know, something kind of nice. Let's go with like a natural color, kind of maybe a cream color or something. Now I can use, this is like embroidery floss, and it's 6 strands. I think that 6 strands would look fine with that. It's not too thick and it's not too thin. So what I'm going to do is determine about how big I think I want my bunting to be, how long. And so I'm just going to kind of, well, you know what, we know that if we fold a sheet, it's going to be, you know, around, you know, 4, well, anywhere from 5.5 inches probably down to 4. So that's kind of what I'm going to go with. I'm going to just go with like a 5-inch piece to start with. I can always make it a little bit smaller. You know what, maybe I'll just go longer and then I can make it smaller. I think I'll go with about, do I think that's going to be long enough? Let's go about 8 inches just for the fun of it. And I'll show you why I've decided to do that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and fold this one in half like it's a journal page. And that'll give me kind of something to look at while I'm doing this. So now I want to kind of see how I might want to drape this bunting on here. And so if I attached it in the corner there and in the corner right there, that's going to hang down quite a bit. I don't think I want it to hang down that much, so I'm probably going to go more like that. So I'm going to take however much that is off, which is about 1 3/4 inches, something like that. All right, now I want to figure out how I want to put my bunting pieces on there. I don't have to use them all, or I can use them all, but for this small of a page, I'm probably not going to use all of these pieces. I don't mind if that hangs off a little bit. Yep, 4 is about all I'm going to use on that page. But that will look really, really cute on there. And so I'm going to kind of figure out that's how I want to do it. So I want to space these out on my string a little bit. And I'm sure there's other ways to do this. My way is not the right way. It's just the way I'm going to do it. And I'm actually going to put just a little piece of white paper under here or whatever. I was going to use this to make an envelope, but since I'm fixing to glue on it, I might not end up doing that. And I think I said 4 pieces. And so I do want to go like this across the back. If I can get it out. Okay. Now I want to attach this string about right there. I don't want it to go all the way to the corner because I want it just to hang down just a little bit from the corner. So I'm going to put that string right there. And then I don't want to leave too much room, but just enough so if I want to turn that string a little bit, I can. I hope that makes sense to you. I just don't want them like butted completely up against each other, or yeah, I might not get the curve in it that I want to. Okay. Just want to make sure. Okay. And now I'm going to glue another piece. And I want to leave just a little bit of space between this corner and this corner. Again, so if I want to, you know, curve it just a little bit, I can. And, you know, I'll have just a small amount of room. You don't want to leave a whole bunch of space where there's, I mean, you can leave as much gap as you want to. And sometimes those are really cute. Okay. And didn't I say 4? I think I said 4. let's change that up a little bit. Okay. Oh, I got something exciting to tell y'all too. I was talking with Joanne over at Journaling Adventures today, and she is fixing to do an altered book with a cover on it that she's going to be making out of some tea bags, or that she's going to be covering with some tea bags, and I am so excited about that. I can't wait. Okay, now obviously this side of my string is a lot longer, a lot shorter than this side, so I'm going to end up cutting this off so they're about the same. We know we want that to go there. Kind of want that to hang down just a little bit. So we're going to, you know what, I'm going to glue this side down first. Get that down, and I am using the Fabri-Tac just to make sure that, you know, because this is thread, and I want it to have a good fit. I want to make sure my bunting is all kind of going in the same direction here. I want to leave about as much string on this side as I have on that one. So I'm going to pull that up to right about there. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue right along here. Like that. Now, another thing you might want to keep in mind if you're making a bunting is, are you going to leave your papers just like they are? I mean, because, you know, that is pretty. Are you going to put some letters on them? You know, are you going to use somebody's name? Are you going to use a word? You know, I could put like hope, you know, or whatever. And so if you're going to put a word in particular, then you want to make sure that you have enough pieces of bunting to do that. Excuse me just a minute. Apparently I have a little issue. Okay, they're saying I did a live earlier, and somebody just said my live is still playing. And I said, no, that ended. But I didn't go check because I'm talking with y'all right now. Okay, so that is what a bunting looks like, and it's really cute. You can make it across here. You can make it, you know, across there. You can make it down the edge. You know, you can do it however you want. And they are really, really cute. You can put words on them. You can leave them like this. I actually like them like that. And we'll probably embellish them just like that. Okay, so I like that. I think it's cute. I'm going to leave that alone. Now, I don't necessarily like this piece with this. I don't necessarily want that blue on there because there's no blue here. So I think I'm going to use this on the inside as like a belly band. It's a little bit long that way. I could use it as a belly band here and tuck stuff into, which would be quite nice. But I was going to use this in here as well, and those pieces really don't go together very good. So I'm going to change this up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to finish this one first. I think what I'm going to do is I think I do want to put a little tiny piece of glue down through here just to reinforce this. And then stick a page. Like that. I hope I didn't turn them upside down. Sure looks like I did. And I can trim around them if I need to, I guess, but that looks okay. All right. And then I'm going to take another little piece of glue and then put that page on top. I think this is just going to kind of really reinforce this to help it not tear apart, since this is just a tiny little place, you know, that's kind of holding together. And, you know, the more that gets used, the more fragile it becomes. So I really don't want my pieces to fall apart. You know, I try to make quality pieces. And I think that one did get flipped upside down, and it's probably too late to turn it tonight. Okay. Let's see. That looks pretty good. Okay. And then one more time, but I want to check this one before I... Yeah, like that. Okay. Okay, now, because I'm going to put a butterfly on here and cover that up a little bit as a hinge, if I can get my stapler in there, which I don't know that I can, then I'm going to staple. I might have to bend that over just a little bit to, not that much, Susie. What are you thinking? I don't know if I'm going to get that to be too far. Let me see. I may end up making a mess here. Might just should sew that and be done with it. Because I don't want to staple that piece to that piece. Okay. Let me just stick one in there. Okay. So now that's glued and it's got a staple in it. And I'm fixing to cover that up with another butterfly. So let me see if I can find another butterfly. I have lots of butterflies. Let's see if I can find one that'll kind of go with that. Oh, that wouldn't be bad on there. I don't want to take too long picking a butterfly. Would that look funny? I think I like that one. It just kind of goes, doesn't it? I think I'm going to go with that one. All right, so now I'm really going to put some glue on this because I really want that to stick, and then I might glue it down in a couple more spots to really get it to stick. But let's try that to start with. Okay. Yep, that's going to look nice, and then I'm going to put some glue like right along here to kind of hold that down. I don't really want to glue these edges too much, but I do want this hinge to be good and snug, but still leave some texture, you know, kind of towards the edges. So it, I mean, I don't want it to look like it's going to fly off, but I don't want it to look like everything is just pasted flat either. Okay, so that gives it a little character. And then I could put, you know, some diamond tail on there, or I could color that in, you know, with a marker or something a little bit, just to give it some character. So I like that. All right, I'm going to put this stuff away. So now I've put a butterfly on a booklet. Wow, that's pretty good. And we have our bunting. So now we have a booklet, which I want to put in here. Oops. And so I think I want a pocket for that booklet. So let's make a pocket for the booklet. Let me see what I can dig around and find over here. Ooh, that'd be kind of nice, wouldn't it? Let's just do that right there. So I'm going to fold this in half, I think. Cut it or tear it. It doesn't matter which one. I do like to tear a lot. I like the, you know, the not so even edges. Oh, that'll look nice. All right, so let me put a little bit of glue down each edge and down the bottom. I've got to thin this glue. It's getting so hard to squeeze. Okay, kind of like that right there. Okay, And then the booklet, oh, I didn't ink that, but that's okay. You wouldn't really tell it anyway. And then that booklet will fit right in that pocket. That is cute, isn't it? And then I can embellish around there. I can embellish her. You know what? Maybe I'll stamp around there with my Scripty stamp a little bit. Kind of take some of that away. Okay? And so then we decided we're going to do the belly band, but we're going to change up that blue a little bit, which is not a hard thing to do. Let's see if I can cover it up with some ink some. Oh, yeah. I can take that blue kind of look away. Could probably use my makeup sponge and get in there a little bit better, but... I might have gone a little heavy on that right there. But actually, I think it's going to be okay. Because I'm going to put something else on there. Alright, so now I've altered that. I've taken away some of that blue look. I can put another piece here. And that's going to work. That'll tie in just fine because of the greens, right? So I think that's what I'm going to do is to put, or I could actually glue all this down and leave that as a tuck. Or I could cut that off like that. Or fold it even around like that and make that a tuck, and then that would be cute on that side. Let's do that. I like that. So that's what I'll do is I'll leave this as a tuck, as a banner tuck, which I like. I'll change it up just a little bit with embellishments, you know. I'm going to glue this whole thing right here that I folded around. You know, maybe you have like, you know, extra piece of napkin that would match real good that you could just, you know, Mod Podge on that, on the front, you know, if it didn't, you know, necessarily go with your piece. Like I said, I just grabbed some pieces that started with the B. I really didn't give it any thought about them all going together until I actually started working on it. So here we are. So here's how we just kind of make do with what we have at the moment, right? So I want to put that on there, fold it around like that. And I could put a cute little paper clip on there just because if I wanted to, but I'm not. And that will kind of tie the bunting in with the back of that. So that's really cute. I don't know what made me think of it, but I'm sure glad I did. And then, you know what, I want to glue this front piece down just a little bit because I still want that to be a tuck. I don't want that to just flip up like that. So I know y'all probably can't see what I'm doing, and I apologize. I'm going to put some glue right down here across the bottom. Gosh, this glue is barely coming out. I've got to thin this down some. Okay. So now I'm going to hold that for a minute till it dries. Like so. Okay. So now I have a booklet, I have a banner tuck, and I have a bunting. So I think that just went together really, really well. I don't know what made me think of that, but I did. And I don't have a bunch of pieces pulled out, you know, because I was just going to kind of use what I had around. So bear with me a minute while I look for some stuff. It's got some green on it. What is that? I don't believe those are going to go at all. I don't know how those got stuck together, but oh well. This time I have to dig in. Oh, look, I've got Oh, look at that. That's going to be perfect right there. Thank you, Cindy. Oh, my goodness. Thank you for the... Look at that. Look at that. That is going to be perfect on there, isn't it? Oh, yeah. I like that. Okay, and that gives me the layered up. I like it. I like it. Make sure that whenever you have like a ruffle, when it's sewn, you want to make sure that, especially if you cut it like I just did, that you put glue on your threads so that your piece doesn't unravel somewhere down the line. And that looks really, really cute. I wish I had a piece of lace right here handy. Oh, I do, but I don't know if it's going to be big enough. Just want something for, you know, a little interest here and there. Just something. Okay. I sure don't have much in here to choose from. Thinking. Hey, that might be cute, huh? All right, let's go for it. Or I could use some more of this. I think that would be too much there. Yep, I think that's too much. Okay. I'm thinking I'm going to fold this flower like in half. Maybe put a piece of doily under it like that. That's cute. I like it. I think I like it. Okay. Oh my goodness, I can barely get this out. Good thing you don't need very much, huh? Okay. Gonna put that right there. And I want to put a little glue in here to hold that flower together. I'm gonna fold it in half. Okay. Then I want to put a little glue where I'm gonna didn't want that exactly in half, but it's okay. See, I wanted to kind of offset like that a little bit. There we go. Yep. And then I want to, I think, curve it around some, so we're going to put a little bit more glue on here. Manipulate that around a little bit, do what I want it to do. And this is just a flower, an old flower petal off of you know, like a silk flower I took apart. Yeah. Okay. All right. And let's see if I can't find something to put right there. Oops. Oh, I think that's too big. Maybe. No, I'm not crazy about that. Oh, maybe that. Oh yeah, I like that a lot better. Okay. I don't know what happened to my timer. I don't know if I still got timer or not. I guess it kind of quit on me. I have no idea. Seems like 30 minutes should be up by now. But... all right, how's that look, y'all? So now I have this banner tuck, and I might even want to take that down a little bit more because that's pretty flimsy. So maybe I'll glue it to right there and just kind of leave it barely. Let me try something in there, see if it'll hold. Well, it holds, so maybe I'll just leave it alone. No, I think I'll glue it just a little bit more. Maybe just down the sides a little bit. Gosh, this glue is hard to get out. Okay. Oh, there went my timer. So look at there, y'all. I did get 3 pieces picked out, kind of put together. Not completely finished, you know, because I obviously need to decorate that, maybe color that in a little bit. But look at there, we did a bunting. I actually, you know, folded a journal page. You know, made a pocket, put the booklet together, you know, picked a flower, picked a banner, you know, kind of changed the look of it so it would all come together. I like it. And if you don't like the way, say, that this closes because that flower's a little bit big, you can always, you know, trim a few of those petals off. Just give it a little haircut, you know, and make it fold a little better. And that's kind of that. And if you don't want that, you know, kind of hanging out, I kind of like it hanging out a little bit. But, you know, that's just me. So do you. So that was really good. I mean, I really did pretty much 3 pieces in 30 minutes. You know, I haven't embellished these, but I don't really know what I want to do with them yet. I would probably want to leave it kind of plainish until I knew what journal it was going to go in to, you know, kind of make my embellishments go together a little bit more. This I'm not too worried about because I can make all of this tie in, you know. You know, so just do what's good for you. Okay, well, that was fun, y'all. So that is my letter B. I did the bunting, I did the booklet, and I did a banner. So, okay, y'all, I will see you tomorrow, and we will be working on our gratitude journal and another 3 and 15 challenge. Blessings and hugs to everybody. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to my new subscribers. You know, thank you to all my old subscribers for hanging around with me. Y'all, please hit the like button and leave me a comment. You know, just a little encouragement. I would appreciate that so much. Blessings and hugs to everybody. I love you all so much, and I appreciate you, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.